In a world of glitz and glam, flashing lights and screaming fans, most people are unaware of the war that rages behind the scenes. And that war includes your favorite artist and your favorite songs. This is The Dark Side of Songwriting. Hosted by Nayim Edwards.
Disclaimer, turn this video off right now if you fanned out, if you hate women, if you hate men, if you hate your mama, if you lack comprehension skills, if you haven't been outside today, if you live in the metaverse, if you don't have personal skills, if you don't have friends, if your social situation is holding you back in the real life, if you're a virgin, turn the video off, just cut it off. I'm not talking to you. If you don't have a brain that is willing to actually understand and interpret real world situations, I ain't talking to you. I don't want to talk to you. You do not belong here. I do not want you here. Thumbs down. Get out of here. We ain't talking to y'all today. We talking to real people today, because these are the type of situations that I'm always talking about when it comes to having your music business and having your music career. I've known about Tory Lanez since I was 14 years old. It's when I discovered him, because he's been making music damn near his whole life. I don't know how old he is. He might not be that much older than I am, but he's old. I think he is older than me, but it's like he really started out working and being overshadowed and nobody knowing him and nobody appreciating him, and him really being the best from where he was from. All the superstars like The Weeknd and Drake and stuff, everybody overlooking him, and he finally got himself, he did the work himself. I witnessed this since I was a kid. He did the work himself, brought himself up, did everything he was supposed to do, lived the independent artist dream. Threw his life away. He threw his life away. Why? All over not being able to control himself, getting in his own head, and lacking the accountability that probably would have prevented him from having to do 85% of a 10-year sentence. Now, we don't need to go over the history. You was there. But there's a lot of very interesting points and very interesting parts of this situation where somehow, some way, people think that you are supposed to be able to walk around here with some type of immunity when you know that will never be the situation for you. See, you can argue that if I take a firearm and shoot a projectile towards somebody, whether I should do a decade in jail or not, you can argue that for your own personal sake. Because in real life, because this is what we're talking about. We're talking about real life. In real life, if somebody do something like that to you, you know what you're going to be? You're going to do something, or you're going to be a pussy. That's what it's going to be. You're going to do something, you're going to cause somebody to do something, or you just going to be straight pussy. Because see, y'all think that motherfuckers is supposed to be able to do whatever the fuck they want to because you fanned out. You think that motherfuckers should be able to do it because whatever they want to because they didn't die. Ignoring their fucking history, ignoring their fucking behavior, ignoring their fucking actions because you're so fucking blinded by the art. You're blinded by this, or you have just a natural hate for whatever the opposite side is. And it's just like everybody has a bias that's in them somewhere. Everybody has a bias. But you have such a natural hate for something that you know that is not a qualifier in your world, that you're not able to see things in an objective way. And fuck objectivity. If you lack accountability, that's the fastest way to go down. Because see, Tory Lanez thought that paying the media, leaking documents, leaking information, he thought that he was going to be tried in a court of public opinion. Baby, that is bullshit. Public opinion, you might have one public opinion and you're winning the public opinion, but guess what? The public not going to do these 2 to 10 years with you. You might have some ridiculous people who write you letters and hold you down or whatever, but we're not going to court with you. We're going to watch you go to court, but we're not going to do a decade in jail for you. there's bitches who would be out of the, if this was a real, if these people that you tried to please, because see, Tory Lanez decided that he wanted to please the public. He wanted to drop down money on people who they depend on their daily bread. The house they live in, it is being paid for by internet dollars. So why not take a check? Nobody's gonna check me because nobody know what I look like. Nobody's gonna come see me. Nobody can do nothing to me. I'm tucked off in the house, ain't seen grass, ain't seen a bitch. Don't have a man, don't have a family, don't have nothing, don't probably only got pets and plants. Not no person there to enjoy life with. You thought that pleasing the public was gonna matter in a courtroom. And a lot of people, most people have never experienced going to trial being charged by the state. See, the state ain't, and we talking about the state, we talking about whoever the district attorney is and whoever the judge is. The district attorney represents wherever you live at. So the district attorney of California is, they don't really give a fuck about all the bullshit and the chatter and the murmuring of people who don't, they're not trying to get the fuck off the street. The judge don't give a fuck about the chattering and the murmuring of the people that he does not have to, or she does not have to convict. This motherfucker really thought that I'm going to put somebody, because I've said stuff like this before, but I'm going to put a bitch sexual history on trial when I am charged with assault. Nobody give a fuck if a bitch is a prostitute. Nobody give a fuck if all she do is sell pussy. Nobody give a fuck if she is on a crusade to destroy every child's brain on this planet. Her sexual history is not on trial. It is not illegal to be a whore. It's not illegal to sell. I mean, it kind of is illegal to sell your pussy, but the people that's buying the pussy is not trying to lock up the bitches that's selling it. You think because what he did, he relied on the fact that there's more incels, involuntary celibate. There's more incels than there are niggas who would qualify to be with somebody like that. Whether you think she a hoe, whether you think she a street bitch, whether you think whatever she is, he relied on, oh, my lawyers is just gonna get me off. But you didn't take into account that you're from another country, you're in one of the worst states with some of the worst gun laws. There are, number one, for the worst gun laws in the United States. You in them white people rich ass neighborhood and you acting a motherfucking fool, but you think that you're on trial with the media. You're on trial with people that listen to your songs. Them people don't give no real fuck about you. Because if they gave a real fuck about you, you would have people telling you about your drug issue. And that's another thing that I hate about shit like this, is because when a nigga run out of excuses and a nigga run out of pleas to cop and a nigga run out of steam and all type of shit, when a nigga gets down to E with his lack of accountability, that's when a nigga wants to say, oh, I was on drugs. Oh, I had this issue. But you was not admitting to your issue in the midst of what you had going on, and you thought it was okay. Because my thing is, you thought you was going to get away with what you was doing. The lack of the accountability is the problem here. The thinking you can do whatever the fuck you want to out here is the problem. You do have a problem. You're a fucking psychopath. And you think that you can do whatever the fuck you want to do, and you can move with impunity, and you can do what you want to. Getting all in your music, the Daystar album, fucking, why are you talking in the middle of an open case? Because see, you've never been in those situations like this. You've never had to fight for your fucking life, because that's what you're doing. Because see, we talk about private prisons and stuff, but most people are in state prison. Most people get charged by whatever state that they live in. You're not on trial against Meg. And that's what people need to stop fucking saying. This motherfucker's not on trial against Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion came out and didn't say a motherfucking thing. She didn't want to. She actually came out and she lied on your behalf. But niggas is out here so interested in sucking dick, they forgot that that man got to go live in the real world. Meg got to go live in the real world. So you did everything you could. you just couldn't shut the fuck up. You just kept running your mouth, kept running your motherfucking mouth. Then that's when California picked the case up, because you think that getting on the internet, like the police ain't on the line, like the judge don't have social media, like the district attorney doesn't have family members that is talking about what's going on the internet. You standing next to Meg the fucking Stallion, at that time the hottest female rapper that was out. So you get on the internet and you play reindeer games, and they come in, and then all of a sudden it's, oh my God, it's not me. It's not me. It's not me. You all on the blogs posting. You all in your music professing love and talking about I'm innocent and I ain't doing it. Fuck the judge and fuck all of that bullshit and fuck the state and all of this stuff. The Daystar album, go listen. The music that came after that. Sneaky shit all on podcasts. All in the interviews talking about this shit. They had to put a gag on them because you was running your mouth so goddamn much. You're a chatty patty bitch. You deserved it. You earned your dime. You earned it. And then you're surprised. You like, how's anybody surprised behind this? It's just fascinating to me that the lack of accountability and the fact that you feel like you can say what you want to, do what you want to, laugh in them people's face, get out here and flaunt and act like you're not in the middle of fighting for your life. When you have these type of situations, you're not supposed to be online doing nothing, saying nothing, acting like nothing. Shut the fuck up until this is over, and then you can come out and tell your story. Then you can come out. But you can come out after you do your time and tell your story. Make sure the book is good. Or maybe, well, I guess you don't have to worry about going in one way and then coming out as a Muslim. But like, it's just crazy to me that people forget that when you sitting in front of these people, they're taking into account your behavior. They're looking at everything that you are doing, everything that you are saying. We can say, well, it's not against the law, bro. You ever been to court? The judge has the power to say, I don't like this, I can throw it away. Oh, you disrupted my courtroom. Oh, your behavior. And that's another thing. The judge said that your behavior up until they locked your ass down with paying blogs and talking crazy and getting on the songs and listening to this shit, all of that made your sentence heavier. And somehow, some way, it's still somebody else's fault. We have to stop that. You need to take accountability for the role you played in the bullshit that's happening to you. Because, see, Megan is free. Kelsey is free. They probably going to be friends one day again. Laugh about it. They probably won't be friends again. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to control yourself. You have to control your behavior. You need to be fucking sober. I don't like alcohol. I hate alcohol, actually, because of the way that I saw people act growing up. My mama, like, despises alcohol with the pad. Like, every day she come home talking about somebody where she work at. And they drunken fucking nonsense. I gotta get the fuck out of here. But it's just like, bro, take accountability for your behavior. You supposed to have self-control. Aren't you a man? Isn't a man supposed to be the epitome of discipline and self-control? Could you call yourself a man if you do not have self-control and discipline? I don't think you can. I mean, it's just like a part of the reason that men, real men, Jesus Christ, we can't just throw everybody. The part of the reason we respect real men is because of their discipline and their self-control and the way that they carry themselves. And this is why, right, wrong, or maybe, if you are a real man, to me, in my eyes, and you display real man characteristics, you're going to have my respect and you're going to have my support. And that's what women do. You don't have to ask for the submission. You don't have to ask for anything. If you're a real man and you display and carry yourself as a real man, women will just do whatever you want them to do. They will do things that you don't even have to open your mouth and say, because what you really are in your behavior is displaying what you really are. That's the point I wanted to make. I got plenty of videos on the channel about talking about what this nigga did and talking about all this other shit. My nigga, your behavior got you here. You earned that. Meg got her fucking justice because she should have never been put in this situation. She should have never you supposed to be her friend, and then you come out talking about you still love her. You supposed to be her friend, but why would you do that to her? Why is the real you so fucked up or whatever? Because it's just like we can't. This is the last thing I'm afraid to tell you. We can't just say. We can't be selective in what we believe. So we either believe the justice system got it right or the justice system got it wrong. Because if we talk about one person doing something to another person, how can I be mad at George Zimmerman for defending himself against somebody who was whooping his ass? That's just to put it on the table. If we're just free form thought, putting it on the table. If Tory defended himself or Tory did something, or he might have did something, because if he's not no gangster, he's not no street nigga, why didn't he just say it's not my gun, I didn't fucking do it? But then you on this hand, you'll say somebody else didn't do it or whatever. But if we're saying that we believe the person who said they didn't do it, then why is George Zimmerman guilty? Why is Kyle Rittenhouse, according to y'all, Kyle Rittenhouse was guilty for killing them protesters? Is Dylan Roof guilty? We don't know if there was some type of threat against him. We don't know, is the people who did Uvalde, are they guilty? You don't be selective based on your feelings on the person, because you shouldn't have no feelings about it. You should be able to look at it and be like, damn, that shit is crazy. If, he did that, because it's like, you can't take nothing off the table, but like, if he did that shit, he deserved to go down, and I believe he deserved to go down. I hope Meg get her ass some help. I hope she's sober. Like I said before, you can go look at that. I might pin that video up here. But, dark side.